Pokemon Emerald with only one Houndour got me barking up the wrong tree. So let's do something fun. Can I beat Pokemon FireRed with a team of only Beedrills? Why Beedrills, you ask? Because Beedrills the best Pokemon ever! And you got a smooth brain for thinking otherwise. What's better than having a lance for a hand? Double lance hands! Look at these stats. They're designed for 3 things. Kill, kill, and kill. We got mad type coverage. Ain't nothing that can stand in our way. But who cares? Not like they'll live long enough. Okay, in all seriousness though, this has been deemed the Aaron Hansen challenge. For context, the Game Grumps had a playthrough of Pokemon FireRed on their channel ages ago, during which they had a Weedle, who would eventually become a Beedrill, nicknamed Bunt. Aaron insisted on defeating the Elite Four with only Bunt. The Game Grumps had a couple videos reacting and reminiscing on the experience. One noted comment stated, "I've decided to start a Pokemon challenge, the Aaron Hansen challenge. Catch a Weedle, name it Bunt, use nothing else. If I get him to level 100 and I still can't beat the Elite Four, I'll just catch a second one and see how many Bunts it takes to win." So I'm gonna try just that. We got a decent move pool to work with, and depending on how many hidden powers we can snatch up, should change the pace of the game. Honestly, it would be easier if I didn't have to worry about multiple Bunts, but we'll see how this goes. Do keep in mind I'm writing the script as I go through the challenge, so all this is being read before I get started. Comment down below your guesses if I can win or not. Let me give you a rundown of how this challenge will go. Only Beedrills in battle. I can use other Pokemon for HMs, but I can't send them out into battle. Every Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill must be nicknamed Bunt. No glitches or exploits, and no items in battle, with the exception of held items. Right, with that out of the way, let's go! Using the Universal Randomizer, we switch out Bulbasaur for our boy Weedle. Our first rival battle is pretty interesting. Poison Sting paired with the poison effect managed to land us the victory despite getting our attack lowered by Charmander's growl. On our way up to Viridian City, we're knocked out by a level 3 Pidgey. Oh, okay, right, we have a Weedle. Gonna need to be a bit more careful. Even later on, after returning Oak's parcel at level 6, we're still taken down by a level 3 Pidgey. So no surprise here, we're gonna need to level grind. This time I'm prepared by knowing what Pokemon to battle to help with Bunt's effort values. While level grinding, Bunt evolves into a Kakuna, and eventually, the star of the show, Beedrill. We take on the optional rival battle for fun. Pidgey nearly goes down to our Fury attack, surviving with a sliver of HP and then uses Tackle on Bunt. Poison Sting then finishes off Pidgey. We go for another Fury attack, but we get 2 hits in as Charmander growls at Bunt. Poison Sting lands next, poisoning Charmander as it uses Scratch on Bunt. And then the next series of Fury attacks takes down Charmander. Not too shabby. Way to go, Bunt. Now I know things are going well at the moment, but the Rock Gym is going to be interesting. So let's give it a try. Gym Leader Brock is up. Bunt sends up Harden as Geodude hits with Tackle. We use Poison Sting next and get Geodude poisoned and it responds with Defense Curl, but still takes damage from poison. Bunt goes for another Harden. Tackle doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and poison keeps whittling down Geodude's HP. Bunt keeps using Harden and Fury attack while Geodude keeps up with Defense Curl. We keep this up for several turns until eventually take down Geodude and level up to 15. Next up is Onix. Bunt Poison Stings Onix and we get hit by Rock Tomb, lowering our HP and speed. Onix binds Bunt, and the next Poison Sting poisons Onix. The poison does a bit of damage to Onix, but Bind does as well to Bunt. Onix hits with Tackle next turn, and Bunt uses Harden as both Poison and Bind do their work. Onix binds once more, critically hurting Bunt as we go for another Harden. Onix next bind crits again, bringing Bunt's HP down to 5. And I lost track on how many Hardens we had done already because this one didn't work. Poison brings Onix down to yellow HP, but Bind gets us down to 3. Onix then tackles Bunt down to 1 HP. We go for Fury attack, but it's not enough as Bind knocks us out. Now I did catch another Weedle and named it Bunt Jr. to try and save the day, but it is one shot by Rock Tomb ending the battle. I think catching more Weedles will be more useful later rather than now. We were pretty good on that attempt, so maybe a few levels and we can make a difference. So we go back to EV training. On our next attempt at level 18, Bunt and Geodude raise both of their defenses on the first turn. And after a few turns, we finally poison Geodude with Poison Sting. The next 5 turns, Bunt uses Harden while Poison chips away at Geodude. We then spam a couple Fury attacks paired with Poison to knock out Geodude. Onix is poisoned on its first turn, and Bunt takes a Rock Tomb, lowering his speed. Onix goes for Tackle, and Bunt responds with Fury Attack. This doesn't do too much damage, but Poison picks up the slack. Onix then uses Bind on Bunt and starts squeezing. The next Fury Attack almost gets Onix down to half, but Poison helps with that, and Bind does a bit more damage as well. Onix misses another Bind, and Fury Attack does a bit more damage, with Poison taking it down to under 1/4 HP. But the Bind effect still hurts Bunt. A final Fury Attack takes down Onix, winning us the battle. First gym badge done and dusted. A solid start to this challenge. While traveling towards Mount Moon, Bunt levels up to 20 and learns Twin Needle. Is it technically pronounced Twin Needle or Twin Eedle? I'm gonna say Twin Needle. Gallivanting through, we pick up the Helix fossil. I knew if I didn't speak of which I picked, you'd all inquire. Contrary, ask anyways. Comments are beneficial to the YouTube algorithm in the grand scheme of things. Let's try to take on this Cerulean City gym. Gym Leader Misty's up. Bunt starts things off with a Poison Sting, almost brings Staryu down to half and poisoning it in the process. Staryu then uses Harden as Poison takes effect. Staryu is then finished off by Twin Needle. Starmie goes for Water Pulse, doing a bit of damage and confusing Bunt. But we still manage to hit with Twin Needle, nearly taking Starmie down in one attack. Misty uses a Super Potion to heal Starmie, and Bunt snaps out Confusion to land a Poison Sting. Starmie hits with Water Pulse next turn, but doesn't confuse Bunt this time, as he hits with Twin Needle once more, ending the battle. Second gym badge done and dusted. Well, that went swimmingly. On to our next rival battle. Bunt hits Pidgeotto with Fury Attack, only landing 2 hits, and then we are struck with Gust. Bunt goes for Fury Attack again, and this time completely wiping out Pidgeotto and leveling up to 26. Charmander is sent out, and so I am a little nervous. But luckily our first Poison Sting makes Charmander poison, and it responds with Growl. Bunt's following Fury Attack only hits twice, and Charmander uses Ember, bringing us to half as the poison gets Charmander down to red. The next Fury Attack knocks out Charmander. No surprise, but Abra is one-shot by a single Twin Needle. Rattata is then one-shot by a full Twin Needle. Smell that later, Gary. Cruising to the SS Anne, we obtain TM31 Brick Break and teach it to Bunt. Later, we battle a rival, but it doesn't go well since Sand Attack makes us miss majority of our attacks, thus causing us to be chipped down before we could secure a victory. Second try goes a little better as Pidgeotto goes for Gust instead of Sand Attack, critting Bunt down to half. Our next Poison Sting poisons Pidgeotto and it responds with a Sand Attack. The poison does its work and the next Poison Sting takes it down. Kadabra's one shot by Twin Needle. Charmeleon's hit by a Poison Sting and goes down to 3/4 HP and uses Ember, bringing Bunt down to below half. We miss our next Poison Sting and Ember takes us down to 17 HP. We then utilize the Swarm ability on Bunt to power up Twin Needle to knock out Charmeleon. Things are looking tight as Raticate is sent out, but luckily, Twin Needle is able to one-shot Raticate, ending the battle. That fight really rocked the boat. Can't stop, won't stop. We then obtain HM01 Cut and teach it to Bunt Jr. Next is the Vermilion City Gym. Gym Leader Lieutenant Surge is up. Voltorb is taken down by one Twin Needle. Pikachu is one-shot by Twin Needle. Raichu is hit by Twin Needle, barely surviving and paralyzes Bunt with a Thunder Wave. Lieutenant Surge then heals Raichu with a Super Potion, but Bunt, like a boss, pushes through the paralysis to hit with Twin Needle, bring Raichu right back down to red HP. Raichu uses Double Team, but Bunt ignores all that and hits with Poison Sting to end the battle. Third gym badge done and dusted. I must say the results of that battle was rather shocking. Ascending up Lavender Tower, we take on our rival. For some reason, I must be off my game because I fail a bunch of times. So I do a bit of research and find out that Brick Break is more useful in this battle than I thought. So, Pidgeotto is hit by Brick Break, surviving with a sliver of HP, and then hits Bunt with Gust. But Bunt uses Twin Needle to finish off Pidgeotto. Execute and Kadabra are swiftly taken down by Twin Needle. Charmeleon follows in Pidgeotto's footsteps and survives Brick Break with a sliver of HP and then uses Smokescreen on Bunt. But like Pidgeotto, it is knocked out by Twin Needle. Gyarados is hit by Twin Needle with the second hit being a crit, and then it lets out a Thrash. Twin Needle then crits on the first hit, and then the second one finishes off Gyarados, ending the battle. Looks like that battle can rest in peace. Under the game corner, Bunt sweeps Giovanni's whole team with Brick Break, making easy work of his Pokemon. Since we're here, let's take on the Celadon City Gym. Gym leader Erika is up. Twin Needle narrowly takes down Victory Bell, but survives with red HP, and Stun Spore misses. Erika uses a Hyper Potion to heal Victory Bell, but 2 Twin Needles later knock it down. Tangela is one shot by Twin Needle. Vileplume takes both hits of Twin Needle before using Stun Spore on Bunt. Vileplume uses Acid, but despite the paralysis, Bunt lands Twin Needle to end the battle. 4th Gym Badge, done and dusted. It's like we have a green thumb for battles or something. While clearing up Team Rocket from Lavender Tower, 2 of our Meowths with the pickup ability both find TM10 Hidden Power. Now I was curious to see what my Bunts have for Hidden Power. Best case scenario, one of them would have Hidden Power Bug. Bunt uses Hidden Power on Geodude and it has no effect, immediately making it Hidden Power Electric. Bunt Jr. tries on Onix and it's not very effective. I had my suspicions, so we try again on a Pidgey, and it was super effective. Okay. One more try on Growlithe and it was super effective, confirming it to be Hidden Power Rock. Both are okay, as they give us coverage on flying types. Hidden Power Rock is more useful to cover flying and fire types. I was hoping for Hidden Power Bug to give us a good upgrade to Twin Needle. We've had a lot of good luck with Twin Needle recently, but there is a potential of it falling off in the power scale later on. So I took to social media. Consensus was that the odds of getting a strong Hidden Power Bug would be slim and probably not worth my time for this challenge. Twin Needle will just have to do some heavy lifting later on. As a side note, we defeat the dojo and pick up Hitmonchan. While battling Team Rocket and Silphco, Bunt grew to level 50. Looking at our stats, it should come to no surprise, but these are the best stats we've ever had in these challenge videos. It helps that Bunt is fully evolved, so yeah. Next is our rival battle at Silphco. Bunt uses Brick Break on Pidgeot, bringing it down to half, and it responds with Wing Attack, bringing us down to close to half. The next Brick Break finishes it off. Execute and Alakazam are both one-shot by Twin Needle once more. Bunt tried to poison Charizard with Poison Sting, but it doesn't work and we were taken down by Flamethrower. Yeah, I was worried about that. So let's try something. Since we know Bunt's Hidden Power is Electric, even though due to its typing it shouldn't be very impactful, it's still worth a shot. On this attempt, Hidden Power does a bit more damage than Brick Break, but Pidgeot uses Feather Dance this time, lowering Bunt's attack sharply. Ouch. The next Hidden Power crits and takes down Pidgeot. Despite Feather Dance, Twin Needle still takes down Execute and Alakazam in one shot each. Now for Charizard. Hidden Power gets it down close to half, but we still are taken down by a crit Flamethrower. Even with Flamethrower not critting, Hidden Power still doesn't have enough power behind it. So I must be going mad. Out of morbid curiosity, I picked up 4 more Weedles with Bunt nicknames and trained them up to level 10 to get them to Beedrills, all for the purpose of seeing what their hidden powers are. Why am I doing this to myself? Here are the results. Bunt is Electric, Bunt Jr. is Rock, Bunt the 3rd is Poison, Bunt the 4th is Ground, Bunt times 5 is Bug, and Bunt the 6th is Bug. I went to social media once more for advice. Most comments suggest to stick with what I got, but Bunt Jr. would be good to level up for type coverage. But Bunt Jr. knows Cut, so I'm gonna have to wait until I get to Fuchsia City before I can seriously start looking at leveling him up. We'll see how this goes. Folks, I must be insane. After a lot of tries, we get to level 58. Bunt goes for Hidden Power, gain Charizard down to about half, and it tries to use Scary Face, but misses. Another Hidden Power gets Charizard down to a sliver as we're hit with Smokescreen, and then a crit Hidden Power knocks out Charizard. Honestly, if Gary picked Flamethrower like usual, we probably would have been toast. Gyarados' Intimidate lowers our attack even more, but Hidden Power still hits with massive damage, and Gyarados then uses Leer. So the next hidden power finishes off Gyarados. Again, Gary chose to not do any attacking moves, but oh well, that's the battle. Next is Team Rocket's boss, Giovanni, again. Bunt goes for Twin Needle, getting Nidorino close to half, and then we're hit with a crit Poison Sting. Okay, we go for Twin Needle again, hoping it'll crit, and it does. Brick Break is able to one-shot Rhyhorn and Kangaskhan, making quick work of them. Nidoqueen is where we have a bit of a struggle. We're back to Twin Needle since its chance of critting is the only edge we got, and then Nidoqueen goes old school with Tail Whip. Bunt goes for Brick Break, but it does about the same as Twin Needle, and we can't use Hidden Power. Nidoqueen doesn't seem to be able to do much either with Poison Stings, so this battle is slow to a grind. A few more Twin Needles and we knock out Nidoqueen. With Team Rocket out of the way, we can now take on the Saffron City Gym. I actually have Bunt Jr. out in front to pick up a few levels. Gym Leader Sabrina's up. Kadabra uses Future Sight and Junior uses Pursuit, where I could have used Twin Needle. Very Aaron Hansen of me. Kadabra goes for Future Sight again for some reason, but Twin Needle was able to finish it off. Yeah, should have just done that from the start. So our female Mr. Mime uses Psybeam on Bunt Jr., getting him down to 9 HP. But Twin Needle was able to knock it out on a crit on the second hit. At this point, I switch in OG Bunt to the scene as Junior is hurting and Future Sight is on its way. Bunt's Twin Needle takes Alakazam down on the first hit, and even he was like, what? Now this is where I wish Bunt Jr. had his hidden power. Rock would have done wonders here, because Twin Needle isn't very effective against a bug and poison type Pokemon. We still managed to get Venomoth down to about half, and luckily Supersonic missed. The next Twin Needle brings Venomoth down to a sliver of HP as it hits us with Psybeam, but Bunt is a boss and takes it despite it being super effective. Sabrina heals Venomoth back to full, but we bring it right back down in the same way, but not once, but twice. And then we finally knock out Venomoth, ending the battle. 5th gym badge done and dusted. Didn't see that coming, did you? Next, we stroll down to Fuchsia City. Once arriving there, we get Bunt Jr. to forget Cut and we teach it Hidden Power. We recruit Bunt the Third to the party and teach it Cut. Now it's time for the next gym. Using Hidden Power on Coughing, we nearly take it down before using Smokescreen on Bunt. Koga heals Coughing back up and Bunt misses Twin Needle. Our next Twin Needle crits on the first hit and then regular on the second, dealing heavy damage to Coughing before hitting Bunt with Sludge. We miss the next Twin Needle, but Coughing self-destructs. Great. Great. Muck takes a Hidden Power before using Acid Armor to raise its defense. So we go for Hidden Power again, and then we're hit with Sludge. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else useful to use against Muck, and it eventually takes down Bunt. Bunt Jr. is sent out, but Koga heals Muck back to full, and at this point, this match is a wash. Our moves barely dent Muck. So we're gonna need to try this again. We equip Leftovers on the Bunt, and I figured it was high time we teach him Return as well. So, how do we do this time? Bunt basically sweeps Koga's entire team with Return, with the exception of Weezing, who takes 2 hits of Return before going down. I suspect this is how the Fire Gym's gonna play out as well. 6th gym badge done and dusted. Your soul badge belongs to me. Speaking of the Fire Gym, we're gonna battle all the trainers here just to help Bunt Jr. gain a few more levels. His Hidden Power Rock will come in handy later on with the Elite Four. Though it'll be pretty cool to see if I can beat the Elite Four with just one Bunt, but only time will tell. So, Gym Leader Blaine is up. We send Bunt Jr. out using Hidden Power on Growlithe, getting it down to under half before it uses Fire Blast on us, nearly taking us out and burning Bunt in the process. Burn lowers our attack enough to make Hidden Power useless, and we're knocked out by Bite. Growlithe is healed, but then swiftly taken down by Bunt's Return. This was honestly what I meant to do for the battle in the first place. Return then knocks out Pointa and Rapidash in one shot by the mighty power of Bunt. Once Arcanine is sent out, his Intimidate lowers our attack, so Return doesn't one-shot it this time. Bunt is severely hit by Fire Blast, a brutal hit, but Leftovers helps edge off a bit of the damage. Return then almost takes down Arcanine, but survives and then uses Takedown, taking both itself and Bunt out. Luckily for us, we have one more Bunt in the oven. Should that have counted? Oh well, it did. 7th gym badge done and dusted. Looks like Blaine is the one that needed some burn heal. Anyways, it's time to take on the final gym. Gym leader Giovanni's up. Bunt Jr. breaks Rhyhorn down to about half and then it uses Scary Face on us. But we're still faster as we knock out Rhyhorn with a second Brick Break. The second Rhyhorn is one shot by a crit Brick Break. Dugtrio crits Bunt Jr. with Earthquake, but we respond with one shot it with Twin Needle. To take on Nidoqueen with Return, nearly taking her down. We're hit by Earthquake, but Leftovers heals us a little. A quick heal and 2 more returns takes down Nidoqueen. Nidoking does the same by taking a return and Earthquaking Bunt. And just the same, Nidoking is healed by a Hyper Potion and then takes 2 returns. And that's the battle. Final gym badge done and dusted. And I threw it to the ground. That's stupid. Bunt Jr. was almost at level 50, so we got Jr. to level up. It is interesting comparing the differences between Bunt and Bunt Jr. Jr. ended up being faster and a touch tankier than Bunt, but with less attack. Now I didn't fully EV train Bunt, so that could have affected the speed stat. But it's all good. With all the gym badges collected, we can now head up to the Pokemon League and our next rival battle. Bunt Jr. uses Hidden Power on Pidgeot, doing okay damage as it uses Feather Dance, sharply lowering our attack. That's not great for Jr. We go for Brick Break, gain Pidgeot down to half, and then Bunt Jr. is hit by a wing attack going down to 1/4 HP. Jr. tries Hidden Power again before getting knocked out by Gust. Bunt jumps into battle and finishes off Pidgeot with its own Hidden Power. Alakazam is one shot by Twin Needle, no surprise there. Rhyhorn survives Brick Break with a sliver of HP, but then almost takes itself out with Takedown. But it misses. So, Bunt does one more Brick Break to finish off Rhyhorn. Bunt's Hidden Power only does about 1/4 of Charizard's HP in damage, and it uses Scary Face. So next turn, Charizard's Flamethrower goes first, bringing Bunt down to 1/4 HP, and Return gets Charizard down to red HP. Leftovers doesn't really make a difference as Flamethrower takes us down on the next turn. Then poor Bunt the Third gets destroyed by Charizard. After a bunch of level grinding, we try again. We send out Bunt this time as I suspect Feather Dance might be used. Hidden Power gets Pidgeot down to half, and I guessed correctly as Feather Dance is used. No matter, as Bunt's Hidden Power is electric and it's not affected by the attack stat being lowered, so Pidgeot goes down. We switch the Bunt Jr. to one-shot Alakazam. Brick Break does a decent amount of damage to Rhyhorn as it misses Rock Blast. The next Brick Break takes it down. Switching back to Bunt against Charizard, I hope to get a bit more damage with Hidden Power. We do just that, gain over 1/4 of damage, and Charizard uses Scary Face like before. Flamethrower still hurts as we try Return, nearly knocking out Charizard. The power of 69 failed me. Bunt then falls to Wing Attack. Bunt Jr. tags in and finishes off Charizard with Twin Needle. We take a level up for Jr., but I'm worried about Gyarados. My plan was to use Bunt against him, but we have to adapt. Jr.'s Hidden Power is super effective but barely does any damage. Luckily Gyarados misses Hydro Pump. Hidden Power then gets Gyarados down to half and it hits with Hydro Pump, taking Jr. down to about half. Hidden Power is used again and Gyarados uses Rain Dance. I mean, another Hydro Pump would have done us in, but okay. And then Hidden Power knocks out Gyarados. We then coast to victory with a one-shot Twin Needle to execute. We won, but this does make me worry about the championship battle. We may have to be level 100 to complete this challenge. While level grinding, I realized something. I've made a horrible mistake. I've misspelled Bunt. It's supposed to be spelled B-U-N-T-D, comma. This challenge has been a lie. Well, better go change it now. Damn it. Alright, Elite Four time. Ice Trainer Lorelei is up. Brick Break from Jr. brings Dewgong down to about half, and then uses Surf doing a bit of damage to us. Bunt Jr. follows up with another Brick Break to knock out Dewgong. Slowbro takes a double shot of Twin Needle to go down to half, and then uses Surf to take Jr. down to under half. Slowbro survives with a sliver of HP from Twin Needle, but becomes poisoned and then hits Bunt Jr. down to 9 HP, before getting knocked out by poison. We switch Bunt Jr. out for Bunt, as Cloyster enters battle and uses Dive. We have no choice but to miss our first Brick Break and take damage from Dive. Cloyster then uses Protect, causing our next attack to miss. Cloyster goes for another Protect again, but it fails and Bunt lands Brick Break, dealing massive damage. And then another Brick Break knocks out Cloyster. Jinx is one shot by Twin Needle. Lapras takes Brick Break, going down to 1/4 HP, and then uses Ice Beam on Bunt. Both sides heal up a little bit, and then Lapras is taken down by the next Brick Break, ending the battle. Too cool for you. Did finger guns, you can't see them. Next is Fighting Trainer Bruno. Bunt Jr. gets Onix down to half with Brick Break, and then our opponent uses Rock Tomb, dealing decent damage and lowering our speed. The next Brick Break nearly takes out Onix, but survives with a sliver of HP, and then lands another Rock Tomb, getting Jr. down to under half. As expected, Bruno heals Onix to full before Bunt Jr. hits with another Brick Break. Onix uses Iron Tail to bring Jr. down to 23 HP and lowering our defense. Luckily, the next Brick Break takes it down. Bunt is brought out and uses Return on Hitmonchan, bringing it down to 1/4 HP, and it misses Rock Tomb. Then the next Return knocks it out. Machamp is hit with Return, going down to half, and then uses Scary Face. But we are still faster and we use Return to knock out Machamp. Hitmonlee uses Mega Kick, bringing Bunt down to half, and then is one shot by Return. Bruno's second Onix uses Earthquake, bringing Bunt down to 76 HP, and then Bunt returns a favor with Brick Break. Bunt takes another Earthquake, going down to 40 HP, but then knocks out Onix with Brick Break, ending the battle. Solid attempt so far. Ghost Trainer Agatha is up. Bunt Jr.'s Pursuit doesn't do too much damage against Gengar as it sets up Double Team. We go for a Pursuit again, bring Gengar down to half, and then take a Shadow Punch. Another Pursuit gets Gengar down to red HP, and Jr. takes another Shadow Punch, going down to under half. Agatha heals Gengar, and Jr. goes for Pursuit again. We keep slapping Gengar with Pursuit, but the Shadow Punches are starting to take their toll. Jr. misses this Pursuit, and then is taken down by a Shadow Punch. Bunt is sent out, and uses Hidden Power, but it doesn't do that much, and he takes a Shadow Punch. We try for Twin Needle, but we don't fare much better as another Shadow Punch hits Bunt. But luckily Leftovers keeps us going. Bunt takes a crit Shadow Punch before taking down Gengar. Bunt tried Hidden Power, nailing super effective damage on Golbat, and it uses Air Cutter, which crits to knock Bunt down. Dang. One more Hidden Power would have done it. Bunt the third is also knocked down by a crit Air Cutter, knocking us out of the battle. Junior's gonna need some more levels if it's gonna be able to one-shot Gengar. We go again at level 73 for Junior and 83 for Bunt. We eventually get a good run in. Bunt Jr. hits with Pursuit, getting Gengar down to close to half as it sets up Double Team. We get Jr. to use Twin Needle to get Gengar to under half. This was also to avoid Agatha healing Gengar. We then get whammed by a Confuse Ray. Jr. does hurt itself next turn, and Gengar lays down a Shadow Punch. Luckily, we snap out Confusion on the following turn and use Pursuit. But Gengar still survives with a sliver of HP. I was off by that much, as Gengar uses another Double Team. So Agatha still gets to heal Gengar back to full, and then gets us back to square one. Bunt Jr. misses the next Pursuit and is hit by Shadow Punch. The following Pursuit crits and knocks out Gengar. Cool. We get Bunt to use Return on Golbat, and that almost knocks it out. Golbat then hits with Air Cutter. We go for Hidden Power, anticipating another heal, but it doesn't happen and Golbat is knocked out. Switching back to Bunt Jr., we use Pursuit, getting Haunter down to half. It then uses Curse to knock itself out. We switch back to Bunt to try Hidden Power on Gengar, and it crits, going down to half. On top of that, Gengar misses Hypnosis. We get to heal from Leftovers and Gengar from the Citrus Berry it was holding. Hidden Power gets Gengar down to below half before he uses Hypnosis to put Bunt to sleep. This Gengar uses Nightmare when a Pokemon is asleep, so I switch over to Bunt Jr. predicting this would happen, and I was right. Jr. then knocks it out with a crit Pursuit. Agatha's last Pokemon, Arbok, is up, so we send out our sleepy Bunt. Our attack gets lowered, but we heal a little bit from Leftovers. Bunt remains asleep as Arbok goes for Screech but misses. Go figure. Slowly our HP recovers and Bunt wakes up to land a Return on Arbok, getting it down to half as it uses Iron Tail, not doing that much damage. The next Return knocks out Arbok, ending the battle. That took a ghost of a time to beat, but we did it. Now for Dragon Tamer Lance. Bunt's Hidden Power nearly knocks out Gyarados, but survives and uses Dragon Rage. As scripted, Lance heals Gyarados back up to full and then goes right back down with the next hidden power. The following hidden power knocks out Gyarados. As Dragonite is sent out, we switch to Bunt Jr., due to him having hidden power Rock. This does decent damage as Dragonite sets up Safeguard. So no poison for a bit. Hidden power chips away at Dragonite some more as we are hit with Wing Attack, dealing massive damage to Bunt Jr. A brief moment goes by as each combatant heals themselves. Sadly, hidden power doesn't take down Dragonite as it uses Outrage to knock out Bunt Jr. For some reason, Lance doesn't heal Dragonite and we knock it out with Twin Needle. Aerodactyl is hit by Brick Break, going down to half, and then it uses Ancient Power on Bunt, also going down to half. The second Brick Break doesn't knock out Aerodactyl as it uses Scary Face. Aerodactyl then goes for Wing Attack, bringing Bunt down to 20 HP, but Bunt responds with Twin Needle to knock out Aerodactyl. Our victory against Aerodactyl is short-lived as we are knocked out by Dragonair's Outrage. And Bunt the third he's trying, guys. So, we're back at it with Junior at level 80 and Bunt at level 90. Gyarados still survives the hidden power and lands Dragon Rage on Bunt. Lance full restores Gyarados, bringing it back to full, so Bunt uses Twin Needle, dealing a bit of damage and poisoning the Water Onix in the process. We heal up a bit with leftovers and Gyarados is hurt by poison. So this time hidden power is able to knock out Gyarados. We switch out to Bunt Jr. to take on Dragonite. Jr. hits with hidden power, doing more damage than before, and Dragonite sets up Safeguard. Jr. uses Twin Needle to weaken Dragonite a little more, and then it uses Hyper Beam, dealing a lot of damage, but leftovers keeps us stable, and Dragonite snacks on a Citrus Berry. We get a free hit with hidden power as Dragonite needs to spend the turn recharging. And then the next hidden power knocks it out. Bunt Jr. hits with Brick Break and Aerodactyl uses Scary Face. I haven't seen this much Scary Face in a playthrough ever. Aerodactyl uses Wing Attack, dealing a ton of damage to Junior, and then Brick Break brings it down to red HP. Sadly, Aerodactyl knocks out Junior on the next turn with Ancient Power. Bunt uses his own hidden power to finish off Aerodactyl. Lance gets to see the full might of Bunt as it one-shots down both Dragonairs. Imagine that dragon. Now it's time to take on the champion. Leave your final guesses in the comments below if you think I can win or not. Let's do this. It's Pidgeot versus Bunt Jr. Hidden power gets Pidgeot down to half before it uses Feather Dance to lower our attack. We poke it with a couple Twin Needles and Pidgeot uses Aerial Ace, taking a good chunk out of Bunt Jr. Thank goodness for leftovers. The next hidden power crits and takes down Pidgeot. Alakazam survives Twin Needle for the first time and then uses Reflect. Now I know Gary's going to be healing Alakazam next turn, so we go for Brick Break to shatter the Reflect. So the next Twin Needle knocks out Alakazam. Bunt is sent out to hit Rhydon with a crit Brick Break, taking it down in one shot. Switching back to Bunt Jr., we use hidden power and it surprisingly takes out Charizard in one shot. Executor is then one shot by Twin Needle. Bunt is sent out to take out Gary's last Pokemon, Gyarados. Hidden power gets Gyarados down to under half and it responds with Thrash, barely doing any damage to Bunt. It is then finished off with one more hidden power, ending the battle, crowning us the champion. We did it! We beat Pokemon FireRed with a team of Bunts. I had a lot of fun doing this challenge. It was something slightly out of the ordinary from the solo runs I've been doing. With that, I got the next 3 Pokemon challenges planned out, though there may be a bit of a gap between this video and the next one. But who knows? I look forward to the next few challenges coming up, and I hope you'll enjoy them too. To those of you still watching, thank you for the support. I know these are weird times, but we can get through it together. And if you are enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing for more. Comment down below your suggestion for future challenge videos, and maybe consider giving the video a like. So, until then you guys, this is SolarPrimal signing out, and bye for now.